Well, hi. Thanks for talking to me. I appreciate it. I enjoyed
Hi, good morning. How are you?
playing. I know you probably don't remember. I met you, I was looking it up. It was almost 10 years ago at the Sci-Fi press tour. We bowled together in Florida.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I
I
found the
remember.
picture. It's like 10 years. Well, I guess it won't show up on there. It's on my phone.
Oh my God.
10 years ago. It was
Was that
for
for when I was on
for Ascension.
Threshold?
No, it was for Ascension.
Ascension. I'm in Ascension.
Yeah, it
Oh
was
my
really,
God. That was, don't tell me that was 10 years ago.
it
I
was
remember.
almost 10 years ago. Yeah, it was in October. It'd be 10
Oh
years.
no.
Yeah,
Oh
I
no.
was on
Hey,
your
good to
bowling
see you
team.
again.
Bowling very, very badly. I was, but I was on your bowling team
I probably was bowling badly too, but I remember that. No way. I
a long
was,
time ago. But it was fun. It was a fun day. But
I
anyway, I
heard.
enjoyed the film. So to start off, why don't you just tell me, what was it that made you want to be a part of it?
I know we have limited time, so I'll be quick. I shot a TV show in Albuquerque about 4 years ago, 3 years ago, and the story that inspired this film took place in Albuquerque. And so I saw a story on the local news regarding this specific case, and um, and then a couple of days later, the next week, I saw an episode of Dateline or something on ID that was all about this. And I was working in Albuquerque. I was living in Albuquerque at the time, and I was working with the APD, the police department, Albuquerque Police Department, and many and hanging out and meeting a lot of the detectives and some that actually worked on this specific case. Always intrigued me. I was, just something about this story just clicked. Just touched me. I was just, I don't know what it was, but um, the writer of the script was also I met 3, 4 years ago, but he was helping us on deputy. He was helping with craft service, and I struck up a conversation with him. He's like, "Hey, I don't do this for a living. I'm a writer, and a producer and a filmmaker, and we're gonna make a movie together one day." And I'm like, "I'm in." So 3 years later, when the script came by and I knew it was him, that was an obvious yes that I wanted to be a part of this film. Coming full circle like that, and to be honest, it's a, it was a well-written script. It was a great script, and I would have done it anyway. And the character also, I was drawn to this character and wanted to, have my chance at, bringing him to life and to see what I could do with him.
I guess you had already known about the case, but was there any like preparation specifically you did for the film after you knew you were doing it?
I mean, just studying the specific case and trying to do my work as an actor of trying to get into the mindset and understand that kind of human condition of Detective Ortega. I do. My family are cops. I come from a family full of cops, and my uncle is a detective, and a lieutenant. My dad and I were the only one that were cops, so I'm very familiar with this role. And also, I have a lot of friends that are cops and homicide detectives in real life. So I didn't have, I know that, I know the not only just that world real well, but I understand that the from afar, from not being an actual detective or a cop, the kind of the journey, the emotions, the psychology, that kind of lifestyle, that world kind of, that you kind of that you live in when so it wasn't, it's not much of a stretch for me. I know this world pretty well without being a cop or a
Mhm.
detective. Um, and then, just I got to create and try to connect and and do what I do.
I know cops, and you've said that from your family, but was there anybody, I guess, in specifically other than the script that you sort of thought about, whether it's somebody you knew or just, I don't know, a character, somebody that you sort of thought about as you were creating him, or did you just pull it entirely from the script?
No, there's a couple things. There's a specific person that I use to help me like with this character. And then, truth be told, there's also a person from my childhood um, that I used to help me with this character. Can't tell you the detective's name, but
That's okay.
my childhood friend Carlos Perez was an Irish Mexican kid that I just used to for this character. But yeah.
Well, let me ask you then, since you did have an easy time getting into that world, was there anything that you didn't have an easy time with? And was there anything that kind of stuck out as being more challenging for you?
Well, it's I think my character is invested. He's got a personal investment in this specific case. Um, I think what's challenging is trying to really understand and get to that level of investment and like of that, so of that kind of drive, that kind of motivation, and that kind of like he's dealing with a lot of demons. You know, the hardest part is tapping into demons. I think it's not necessarily hard. I think it becomes uncomfortable sometimes as an actor to tap into some of those darker places of your character. And also the painful ones. He feels a lot of responsibility for uh, his connection to this
Yeah.
specific case. I wish I could say more, but it's a
Oh
plot
yeah,
twist,
no,
and
I
I'm
get
trying to
it.
be careful with my words. Um, but it can get uncomfortable trying to tap into that kind of that drive. Um, but yeah,
So, are you, as an actor, are you someone who has trouble getting, like you're saying, it's hard to get into that darkness and that, and not just for this role specifically, just in general. Are you someone who has a hard time getting back out of that and leaving it behind when when you move on, or is it something that, it's easy for you to do?
sometimes it's easy, and sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you take it home. Sometimes it sits with you a little bit more. Depends on the part, but I think more for me too. It's like it's exhausting. You know what I mean? It's actually physically exhausting. When you go through like some of those darker,
Mhm.
emotional, or intense kind of characters. So it would sometimes you do carry it around with you more than others. It just depends.
Talk about working with Nora as your partner in this.
I love Nora. Thank God for Nora. And she did play my partner. She brought a lot. She's such a good actress. And elevated her character, her role so much from the page. Not that I'm saying it wasn't bad on the page. It was great. It just Nora brought so much to it. We had a lot of fun. And it was heavy. It's like, we went through the trenches together. This film was, it was a lot of fun to make, but there's also, it was very challenging at times. But what can I say about Nora besides she was great to work with? I love Nora, on and off the set. She's great. I'd do 10 more movies with Nora if I could.
Do you
Yeah.
have a favorite, I guess, scene from this that you can talk about without spoiling anything?
Um, there's a couple in there, but I think there's one scene in which we got cut. Some of it's in the film still, but I got to write a scene with Mel Gibson, and it's one of my favorite scenes in the movie. And it's between me and him, where it's just me and him alone in the conference room. I got to work a lot and spend time with him on that. And there's a couple moments in there which are, I don't know, that were really felt really real and raw, and it was good. I think just writing and creating with him, and I could say that for everybody else on that, with Nora and Camille and 50 and I could say that about almost anybody on that set. But I think if I had to pick one, was there's a moment between Mel Gibson and I in the conference room that we've been butting heads the
I was
entire
gonna
time.
say, yeah, they're
And
kind
we
of
kind of
arguing
come
a
to
bit. Yeah.
yeah, and we come together. There's a lot more to that got cut, but I thought that was a good moment for the film that I kind of I enjoyed.
All right.
Yeah.
When you agree to whether to do a project or not, what do you look for in a role or, in a project, I guess? Is there anything in specifically that you look for?
The paycheck. I'm kidding. No, it just depends. Like if it's something that I haven't done before or that's challenging or something that it's out of my comfort zone or that scares me, I go right for it. Um, I think right now, right, so I'm looking for like I want to do ideally we do like a romantic comedy because the film I got coming out next is another action. It's really intense. Um, I play a Russian operative. It's an intense film, but I want to do a night. I'm looking for I like to do a comedy, preferably like a romantic comedy, but I'll tell you a comedy right now. I think it's time. I haven't done one in a minute.
All right. That was what I was going to ask you. What do you want to do? So I guess that answered it. Is there somebody in
Oh,
particular you want to work with? I'll ask you that instead.
oh gosh, I mean, there's so many. I have, there's so many there's so much talent out there right now. I mean, my list is huge. Not enough time off, I mean, I want to do a film with Christian Bale. There's so many directors I want to work with. That's a tough question. Too many, all of them.
All right. I was trying to see. I didn't know. Okay, you did direct something. I was looking as I'm talking to you. I was going to say, do you want to do anything behind the camera or anything?
Yeah, I do. I'm leaning more into that. I know it's kind of cliche and whatnot for actors to do, but it's something I'm passionate about, and I think that I know sometimes I think I'm a better director than I am an actor. Um, but I enjoy it. I really do. And then so I'm going to lean more into that. That part of my career is more directing and more writing.
Well, that's cool. Let me ask you though, because I was talking to Nora. I know she doesn't like to watch herself. Are you somebody who watches yourself back, like just from? I'm thinking like from the director's perspective, watching your takes back, or are you somebody who doesn't want to see it?
Oh my gosh. So if I'm directing, if I have to watch a playback, I
Then you
will, but I
know.
trust my first AD. Sometimes I frame, I always have somebody else give me a thumbs up. Does everything work good? And I'll just feel it if I'm acting, if I'm acting and directing at the same time. But I don't like to watch myself. I only watch myself if I have to cut a reel. And that's about it. Other than that, it's kind of hard. It's weird.
Do you, other than the one project you mentioned, do you have anything else coming up that you can talk about that you can promote?
About to hopefully start shooting a film soon. We got to get the financing locked in, but as soon as we do, we're going to shoot another independent film where I get to play I'm playing dad roles now, father, but I'm a washed up we'll just say a rock star, a washed up rock star uh who's having issues with his son. Um I don't know the titles. There's a working title now, so I don't have the title for that. But that's it. Now I'm just looking for the next gig.
All right. Well, I'll look for it once it gets a title. I can figure out what it is, I guess.
Okay, yeah, exactly. He'll
All
know.
right. Well, I've already gone over your 10 minutes, but thank you. I appreciate
Oh,
your time. Like I said, I enjoyed the film. So thank you.
thank you.
Have a good
I appreciate your time.
rest
It's
of
good
your
to see
day.
you again too,
Yeah,
man. We
yeah.
gotta go
Can't believe
bowling.
it's been that long.
I can't. That's too long.
It was
10
fun
years.
though. It was a fun time. But
Love. That was fun.
yeah. All right.
All
Have
right.
a good
Good.
rest of your day.
I appreciate. Thank you. You too.
Bye bye.
Bye.